Hey, my name's Anthony.
My name's Alex.
And we are
the PTA Podcast.
Alrighty, welcome back to
Welcome
the
back,
second
man.
episode of our podcast.
Episode 2.
The refreshed podcast, the PTA Podcast.
Back,
All right,
we're
so
back.
as Alex alluded to in the last episode or the end of the last episode, ideally what we're going to speak about today is just ways for you to be able to have those sustainable things that you want to have in your life to allow you to get to your goal, but also keep that goal for the long term.
Exactly right. Structure in your day, structure in your week, maintaining that, also sustaining that as well.
Yeah.
Just with everyday life.
Especially around being busy.
Yeah,
Right now,
100%.
we're going to go this way a little bit as true Casa style. Then we're going to come back on track.
We always bring it back.
And bring it all back together as to why we went this way to come back this way. So we're doing a slight detour. We chose to stop the podcast because we were busy,
Yeah, very busy.
right? We were growing in a way that I had a goal, and that goal literally I had to put everything into that goal,
Yeah.
right? And thank God we got there, right? Obviously, we still got a lot to do, but we're at that kind of milestone part that I wanted to be at, and that goal was to expand Platinum Training Academy to move into a bigger facility.
Yep.
And we're in our third year now in a bigger facility, which is great. And it's been an amazing experience so far. And as every business does, it has its hurdles, it has its challenges, but
It's just
you know,
life.
it is what it is. It just comes with the territory. You want to push yourself, you want to get bigger and better, you're going to be met with challenges along the way. And I truly believe those challenges are there to make you into the person that you need to be.
Yeah, definitely.
To be able to continue to make the progress in the areas that you want to make the progress in.
Yeah.
Now, that's a big reason why we stopped the podcast.
Yeah.
So when we look at it that way, we say, okay, we had the conversation to bring the podcast back. Fast forward, 3.
I think we've always
years.
spoken about bringing it back ever since we had to stop as well, because we always enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love it. I
what I
absolutely
mean?
love it. And anyone
And
that knows me knows I love
We,
a good old yarn.
everyone that knows him knows that he can't stop talking as well. So that's why I love it. Gives him a reason to talk.
I got to think, sorry.
If his wife is watching this, she'll agree with me as well.
Yeah, you know what? I just thought of a conversation I had with her yesterday because these guys that I spoke to, I don't know how long ago, they mentioned something to one of my workers about the fact that Anthony's great, but geez, he likes to talk. And I was burnt. I got annoyed because this is a thing that people that are close to us always mention and throw at me. And it started off as a joke, but now this has been constantly repeated. And I started to get annoyed, and I get annoyed about it. I get annoyed about it because
I reckon it's one of your biggest qualities.
if
bro,
you don't want me to
because
talk, don't ask me a fucking question.
no one talks these days.
Simple as that. People ask me a question and I go, all right, you're talking too much. Why'd you ask me the question in the first place?
You know what it comes back to? There's not enough human interaction.
There's not enough H,
I like
too
that.
much AI.
I love that. But yeah, man, look, going back to your point, yeah, there was a lot going on. We always wanted to bring the podcast back. We always spoke about it over the last, 2 years. It's back now, but let's just kind of delve into, what was going on, because like we said, we're always going to bring it back to our point of structure, sustainability. So what was going on over those last 2 years?
So rewind back to 2022/2023, right? Mind you, we put out the last episode in 2023.
I think it was the
but we
beginning
didn't
of
actually record that episode. We recorded that episode well before we put it
Yeah.
out. Because as we did, we banked up a lot of episodes
Yeah.
and then we just scheduled them out ahead of time. So although we put out the episode in 2023, we actually didn't record that episode. We actually recorded that episode, back in 2022.
Yes.
It's been 3 years since our last podcast.
Yeah.
A lot's happened, right?
Heaps.
I signed a lease for a bigger place in 2023.
We launched our meal prep company.
We also,
Platinum Meals.
so grab one of the meals out.
Platinum Meals, people.
So if those of you that are seeing Alex's camera and seeing my camera, this is and we're very proud of this product. This is our meal prep company.
The back, the front.
It's proper. We launched it in 2020. What have been
Well,
2020?
we're talking private or public?
No, private.
Private
So for the
was
clients,
mid 2022.
Yeah. So 2022 we launched it.
Yeah.
It's a 3-year-old company. We've been public. What I mean by public is you can get it from your local service station or your local vending machine.
Or your local IGA.
And we were at that point over the last 18 months.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
safe. All right. And I love this meal prep company. I love everything that it stands for. I love everything that we do with it. But that's been a lot of work.
Yeah, that's been a lot of work.
And it still is a lot of work, but it's fun work, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool to see. I think because of the feedback that we've gotten about our meals and the way they taste, the way they look, it's a bit of a proud moment. You know what I mean? Because we're talking about the food industry now, and just like we're two Lebos from the area who are.
No, we're not. No,
I like to say that we're two Lebos from the area trying to make a difference.
From the area. We were brought up in Marrickville. We weren't brought up in
Born
Punchbowl.
and bred in Marrickville, 2204.
Gonna start throwing this stuff at everybody. All right. We're not two Lebos from the area. All right. Our father would be very disappointed.
Yeah,
in that, Alex.
Hard.
We are not. We're two young men who have dreams and goals.
Yeah, but obviously just being in the fitness industry and whatnot, you know, we stepped into a completely different industry that, you know, we had to educate ourselves on and whatnot. And ultimately, I guess, you know, any chance you take is a risk ultimately, especially not being in that industry at all, not knowing anything about it at all. But I guess that's where the fun came out of it, because we both like to dive into the unknown. And we always have pretty much dove into the unknown our whole lives. And yeah, it's come good. It's hard work, and it's constant hard work. You know, the hard work ain't over, but it's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's good. I really enjoy it. But yeah, so we started that in 2022. And then when did you get engaged? I know, it feels like a lifetime ago. So you got married last year, July. It's almost been a year to you.
2023 December.
So the year before that, you got married, you got engaged.
God, I remember that.
So I had to travel across the world to see Alice pop the question. He
Dubai.
couldn't do it in the area like a normal person does.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to do it at Marrickville. I was going to do it at Marrickville Oval, just like the old days now.
So yeah, we did it he proposed in Dubai. That was 2022.
December 2023.
So we were there for New Year's, right?
Wait, no, December 2022.
Yeah, it was 2022.
Sorry, I got that
because in the year after you got married.
Sorry, Nancy, I got that wrong.
Why are you saying sorry? No, okay. Anyway, so that happened, and then my son was born.
Yeah,
my son was born last year. April last year, he was
just
born,
like his uncle.
10th of April. And then so all of that, and then
plus the expansion of PTA, plus the starting of Platinum Meals, and then obviously Anthony's venture that he got into. Platinum Protein as well. So
my protein powder company, that was something I kept very hush.
Yeah, I think I'm like one of the only people that knew about it.
Not for anything. It was just, look, nothing's happened yet. This is what I'm working on.
Yeah.
Let's hopefully,
if it works, we'll announce it.
The finished product comes out nice, and it did. So now we're starting to push it again in house, because clients trust us. They know me. And those people are the ones that give me the most honest feedback.
Yeah, 100%.
But I aren't scared to, because they know me and I know them.
We have that relationship with them.
It's always good to get honest feedback, and some love it, some don't. It's okay. It's a very different type of protein powder. It's not your preservative type protein powder that most are out there.
Yeah.
It's the chocolate flavor, for example, is flavored with cacao or cocoa. The vanilla has got vanilla essence in it. It's not your typical flavoring or preservative, unhealthy stuff. There's no sucralose, so you don't get those smelly farts. There's this proper good stuff in it. Plus, I've packed it with collagen, and good quality collagen as well. So it's a very high quality product.
Yeah, 100%.
And it took time to put together, because I wasn't going to settle for anything random, or anything kind of quick and cheap.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not what I'm about, right? So, and it's evident with Platinum Meals, it's evident with PTA, it's evident with Platinum Protein, it's evident with the car I drive, it's evident with how I like to present myself. Everything I do is a well thought out process, but 100%. Also there's a sense of, this is how I want to be seen by other people.
Yeah, well, look, it has to be. At the end of the day, we're talking about, for example, a protein powder. And we all know how big supplements are in this day and age. And, if you get to a point where, you push it to the wider community, to the public in supplement stores, that's ultimately your brand's representing you.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that it's like prestige. It's good to go. It's, it is a representation of who you are as a person.
Look, yeah, exactly. And as you get older, Alex, what you tend to realize, especially if you want to be successful, in whatever you term success to be, but in the realm of what I'm trying to be successful in, if something's going to be attached to my name, or if my name, is going to be attached to something, it's not going to be something that's got a bad representation or bad
100%,
reputation.
100%.
Right? Not everyone's going to like my product. Not everyone's going to like my gym. Not everyone's going to like my meal prep company. That's okay. I'm not here for everyone. Right? But I am here for the people that actually value the product and understand what goes into it and how it's going to help them.
Definitely.
Right? So juggling all these things, how did we keep it sustainable?
Yeah.
How were we able to stay on top of the responsibilities to our clients, my responsibilities to my team on both my companies, building all three at once, launching one while building the other two, moving to a bigger place, managing a team, having my personal life with the newborn. How do we manage it? How do we keep it sustainable so we don't burn ourselves out?
I have no
Right?
idea.
Personal story. It almost did burn me out.
Yeah.
Right? It got very hard. At some points, it still is very hard.
Yeah.
But this is where I revisited something that I used to do a lot of, and that was I did a time audit. Right? I pulled out my calendar, and I only did this past Monday, so 2 days ago. I pulled out my calendar and I redid the entire thing. To the point where I blocked out hour by hour with a 10-minute break after every hour. But that hour was singular focus on one task and building. You know how much better I feel when I finish my day now?
Yeah.
And it's only been 3 days in?
It goes from that concept and something that my wife always says to me. I don't like the word busy. Oh yeah, my day was busy. Busy can mean anything. You want to make it productive.
Sounds like somebody I know.
You want to make it productive because when your day is productive and productivity is high, you're getting things done.
Yeah.
You're moving forward, right? How many times back in the day, right, have we both said, man, bro, that was so busy, blah, blah, but then you actually revisit what you did in the day and you're like, oh, I've got nothing done.
I'll give you a better example, right? Or another example, I should say. There's been times where the gym's been busy, right? Well, when I look at the P&Ls for the last month, there was no profitability there.
Yep. There you go.
Or we weren't as profitable as
As it felt.
thought. Yeah. And then when you look at that and there's no emotion behind it, it's just black and white.
Yeah.
Right? So again, how do we get more productive without just being busy and getting nothing done? And if you do get stuff done when you're busy, it's one of two things. You got one thing done, or if you got multiple things done, the quality of those projects isn't that
Yeah.
high. This is why I don't like multitasking, even though I was a culprit of doing it for a long time. Right? It was a joke, but I was very serious about it. One of my workers, right? One of the team members in our team. Shouldn't call them workers. One of the team members. I was saying to him, don't multitask. Just do one thing and get it done. And their response was, well, when you give me 5 things to do straight away, what do you expect me to do? And I looked at him and I said, I expect you to tell me, I'll get them done. I just want to finish this thing I'm doing right now. Right? And if you know me, there's always an answer that I have for every rebuttal that somebody gives me. Because I truly believe that if you multitask, you're just doing multiple tasks half as good as you would compared to doing one task really well.
There's some mistakes can
and then
happen
get
as
it done
well.
and finish and move to the next one. And mistakes have been high over the last month because they wanted to multitask. They're now putting out fires when I shouldn't be having to.
Yeah.
Because they went against what I asked them to do. And I'm the kind of boss where, because I know from experience what most likely will happen, right? I feel like dad right now.
Hard.
Right? What will most likely happen if you keep going down that trajectory that you do. So I'm trying to give you advice to stop you from going there.
Yeah.
And doing that and embarrassing yourself or messing something up that now you have to start all over again. And, you know, people don't listen until they experience. People don't want to listen until they have learned their own way.
Yep.
As long as the gym doesn't burn down, I'm happy, right? However, it makes other projects that need to happen off the back of this one project, slows all them
Yeah,
down.
100%.
Right, when there's a mistake or when things haven't been done at a certain time. So multitasking, in my opinion, no, ever. Do one thing at a time, do it really well.
Yeah, so a bit of a recap onto what Anthony's saying. Look at your schedule, look at your calendar, right? Plan your day accordingly and put your attention on one task at a time. Don't multitask.
Singular
right?
focus is the king.
And that's something that we
Right.
both had to really kind of learn how to do properly, specifically over these last 2 years, because we had so much that we were juggling at one
Or even
time
over the
as well.
last 10 years, when you're juggling 200 clients plus 5 or 6 staff members,
Yeah,
how do you be the best for all of them?
yeah,
You don't multitask, that's for sure. Right, but I was doing that. I was jumping from an email with a meal plan to an email to a coach to a phone call for a prospect to an email notification that I got come up to God knows what else would come up to somebody walking in my office going, Anthony, can you help me? You multitask and then nothing gets done. And I'm
Yeah.
like, where was I? And then that's where the door opens to forgetting stuff, right? or not doing stuff really well or sending the wrong email to the wrong person. Like that
Yeah.
happened to me so many times, man. Anyway, so what I do now, like I mentioned at the start, was I block out time, one
Yep.
task at a time. But my God, is to get that task done so well, knowing in the back of my mind that I don't have to worry about the emails I need to get sent because there's time for that,
Yep.
whether it be in the day or some part in the week. Right? I don't want to have to worry about the other businesses that I'm trying to work on because there's time aside for that. I don't have to worry about the course I'm doing because there's time aside for that.
Yep.
I don't have to worry about whatever else maybe have to get done in my week, like training, for example. There's time aside for that.
Yeah.
Right? And now there's no stress or a lot less stress because I've ticked all the boxes. I got everything covered. And we're good. I just got to make
100%.
sure I stick to the plan
100%.
as often as I can. There's things that come
Yeah.
up, but as often as I can. And if you keep that consistency, like we said in the first episode or the previous episode, 80-20, it applies to your business
Yeah,
too. It's not just
definitely.
about food.
Definitely.
If I'm 80% consistent, I'm doing a lot of good things in the week.
Definitely.
I'm not busy, I'm productive. Right?
Right on.
So that's how we were able to manage and we are able to manage all these different things
Yeah.
at once, right?
And I think I want to add another tip to all of our viewers and listeners. And it's something that I've noticed that you've been talking about regularly over the last couple of weeks because I've seen you be doing it for yourself more diligently, and that's filling your own cup.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think when we both really reflect on the last 2 years, the times that we were the most productive is actually when we were filling our own cup as well. And obviously for us, that's
Exercising.
doing our own training, but also just spending quality time with our family as well.
Yeah. Look,
That's the two things that we both can agree on, that we fill our cup the best with those two things.
yeah. Well, my son's my recharge, man.
Yeah.
I was so tired yesterday. I had a 17-hour day. Got home and I couldn't, and we just played for an hour before we went to bed, non-stop. And like, you know, I thought he's 100 miles an hour. He's my son.
Yeah, hard.
So we were non-stop and it was great. And I just literally, I went to bed the happiest guy.
Yeah,
Right? Because I wasn't the other thing that I did in the day that just filled my cup.
100%,
right?
man.
Exercising, what it does for me, yes, it fills my cup, but it also, it's a thing I enjoy. That's why it fills my cup. But I build confidence in myself when I'm exercising and I'm looking better.
Yeah.
Because then how I present myself is better.
I think it comes back to as a coach as well. We practice what we preach.
Yeah, you have
You know,
to.
how many
Leadership
people
is practicing what
Yeah,
you preach,
definitely. Well, I
Alex.
guess the best leaders are the ones that actually do the work as well.
They do what they say they're going to do. They don't
You
just
know?
talk about
They
doing
lead
it.
by example, you know. So, yeah, I think that point specifically is something that got us through the last 2 years of all the craziness and the busyness and you know, maintaining that productivity at a very high level so we could do all these things that we wanted to do and
Yeah.
you know, be good at them as well. And you know, I'm not going to say that we're successful at them because it's still a work in progress. Everything's a work in progress, but I can sit here humbly and say that we're succeeding in them.
We're moving forward towards them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever the goals are, we're definitely accelerating towards them.
Yeah.
Right? And a big reason for that is because we've kept it simple. Just look after ourselves, like care for ourselves, and then everything else we want to do, we'll have the energy, we'll have the clarity, and we'll have the patience
Yep.
to do and do really well.
Yeah, exactly. And I say
When
that,
you're not, sorry to cut you off,
No.
when you're not training, for example, when you're not filling your own cup, when you're not looking after your health at the end of the day, you're not going to be good for the things that are really important for you to make money,
you took the words out of my mouth.
right? Or for you to be able to be the best version of yourself for the things that are important to you or the people you care about.
Yeah.
These are the exact conversations I have with
Yep.
prospects that sit across from me in our boardroom when they have a consultation with me.
Yep.
And how do we manage those things? Well, one of the examples we just gave was blocking out time, and having non-negotiables is the other one.
Non-negotiables.
A non-negotiable for me is prepping ahead of time.
Yep.
Whether it be for something like this podcast, whether it be my food, whether it be organizing my week, prepping ahead of time and not worrying about trying to fight against the grain, so to speak, and use ego as a way to go, no, I can do it with my food. And I use food as an example. No, I can cook. I like my food fresh, I'll cook it fresh. You get busy, you don't cook. What do? Uber Eats, go to a cafe,
Yep.
McDonald's, whatever. Right? You spend more money, you have poor quality food, you get fatter, you feel worse, can't focus.
And then look at your bank account, you got no money left.
Exactly right. Or a non-negotiable is organize yourself. What are you going to organize with your food, for example? You're going to invest in a meal prep company because it's going to save you money, save you time, tick the boxes for your health, as well as give you a great tasting meal. Use Platinum Meals. The other option for you is, what are you going to do for your breakfast? You saw me this morning. I spent 10 minutes in the kitchen at work. I cook 3 breakfasts ahead of time.
Yeah.
Right? I have a breakfast wrap, egg, bacon, gluten-free wrap, wrapped it up, and I sealed it in with our vacuum sealer that we use at work. I sealed it and I left it in the fridge. If you don't seal it, that's fine. Put foil around it, leave it in the fridge. Point is, it's there for the next day.
Less sinking.
Right? You're prepped ahead of time. What are my snacks? Protein powder. Okay, protein powder's there. Boom, water, powder, shake it, drink it, done. Dinner, I'm blessed. I have a wife that cooks dinner for me. So I know I'm going home to a home-cooked meal. Okay, set, finished. But I had to get that stuff set up or else I was going to just lag on things.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? People misunderstand nutrient power. So the power in nutrients can literally be your fuel for your brain or is your fuel for your brain so you can simply focus better.
Yep.
You have gluten, too much gluten inflames the brain, right? Too much dairy inflames the gut. Too many preservatives cause you to get sluggish. The list goes on.
Yeah.
Right? So the other way that we promote sustainability is by looking at the variables you can control.
Yeah.
One of them is your non-negotiable because you can control that.
You can control what you put in your mouth. You can control what you do in your day.
Exactly right, right? But also, you may not be able to control what everybody else is like or everything else that happens external from you, but you can control how you respond to it.
Exactly right.
So, for example, we had a podcast today and I had meetings from 5 a.m. all the way through to when we left the gym at 12 o'clock.
Same
What
here,
did I
man.
do? Shakes, had my breakfast prepped, had my coffee, had my water, had it all ready for me. So I had it. I even had a shake on the way here just so I knew that I had my nutrition ticked so that when we leave here and I go to get my next meal, I'm not behind.
Exactly right.
Right? The other thing I want to talk about as well in relation to, sustainable stuff that we can do that people can implement into their day is one topic before we finish up for today is one of the things that I want to kind of debunk a little bit, right? And one of them was when we look at, where is it? Yeah, so when we look at spot reduction, so in the realm of fat loss, spot reduction, does it work or does it not work?
It doesn't work.
Give me one reason why, and I'll give everybody one reason why, and then we'll finish off.
Well, I guess you can't really dictate where the body is going to lose fat from, right? So I get a lot of, and this isn't me being sexist, but a lot of women, I want to lose my canteen arms, right? What exercise can I do to lose this? I can't really give you an exercise to lose specifically in that spot, but what we can do is work at dropping body fat.
Yeah.
Right?
So your genetic makeup heavily dictates where you lose fat faster from, but also where you put on fat faster when you do gain body fat. So when we look at every single individual that walks into our gym, we're looking at a whole bunch of unique people from a genetic standpoint, right? So what do? We educate them on the fact that fat loss is global and there's no specific area that you can target to lose fat. And any PT or any coach or any professional or any influencer that tells you that can get you to lose fat along your shoulder blade, for example, which is where you can target the most through their program, through the thing that you invest your money in with them, they're lying. They're taking your money. You're not going to get that result. And if you do get that result, it's not because of it's not because of what they've done. It's because luckily for you, your genetics worked in your favor.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to. The other area I wanted to talk about in regards to belly fat. That is one area that I feel you can actually manage better because of what you can do with stress, which ultimately impacts cortisol, which ultimately impacts fat around
the midsection.
The midsection. Studies have heavily support that. Other areas like your calf, your knee, your quad, your hamstring, your tricep, your bicep, your pec, your shoulder blade, your iliac over your hip or your along that rib cage area, it's hard to kind of determine what causes fat to go there specifically, but it's very easy to understand that your genetics will determine how fast you put on fat there or how quickly you lose fat from there.
100%.
So the main focus should be on looking after your nutrition, looking after your stress management, looking after your NEAT levels, looking after your ability to be able to eat well. You're looking after things like your supplements, your hydration, your overall lifestyle.
Nailing the basics, like I said in the first episode.
And then your body will respond the way you want it to
Exactly
respond.
right. Exactly right.
So, yeah, I think that kind of, is there anything you want to add to that?
No, just at the end of the day, sustainability is key. And it doesn't matter what you do in your life, you want to ensure that you have that sustainability. And sustainability comes from setting up good structure within your week, setting up your days in your weeks so you don't feel like you're not being productive and you don't feel like you're burning yourself out either. because ultimately you want to end your week on a high. You want to go into your week feeling good, and you just want to have a plan in place so you don't feel like you're a mouse or what do they call it? A hamster on a wheel, just running around in circles.
Yeah. It's a good point. I love that. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you again soon for our next episode.
Thank you.